Good morning and welcome to the 8:15 Daily Operations Weather Brief. Like yesterday, we have clearing skies early today, although a light layer of reported cumulus around 2,000 feet has started to build in, and winds are currently light, although increasing, with a highlighted chance of an advisory come later this morning and into the early afternoon. As for our temperatures today, we are looking to remain on pace with our previous days, climbing up through the 80s and breaking into the 90s, with heat indices once again cresting the 100-degree mark, necessitating a heat advisory, and that comes into effect at 10 a.m. this morning. And we can also anticipate some potential for pop-up storms during peak heating today, and at the very least there's a good chance of storms come this evening and into tomorrow morning. Now, taking a look at our most recent surface analysis chart, a region of high pressure continues to sit off of our southeast coast here, exerting some influence over our area, with a low pressure system up north working to draw or aid in the drawing in of warm and moist air into our region. That allows temperatures today to reach the lower 90s, with those heat indices approaching the 105-degree mark. Now, off to our west, we can see a slow-moving cold front plotted here, and that cold front is approaching and is going to bring our rain chances for later this evening and into tomorrow morning. And although we can't rule out that pop-up shower activity this afternoon, the prefrontal conditions are conducive for such. And as that front progresses, we can expect some locally heavy rainfall tonight, and along with numerous showers and thunderstorms continuing through the morning before high pressure brings in some more so dry conditions and lower humidity later into the week and into the weekend. Looking at our current weather conditions here, our sky cover is reported is few at 2,000 and scattered at 25,000, with unrestricted visibility and winds from a heading of 220 at about 7 knots. Our temperature currently sits at 82 degrees and our relative humidity is at 76%. Bringing up this morning's satellite imagery here, we can see very light remnants of that upper level cloud cover off to our northwest, and that is continuing to diminish, and we can also see that light cumulus starting to develop, although it seems pretty sporadic in coverage. And off to the far west on the left-hand side of the screen here, we can see that approaching cold front with some convective activity starting to fire up. Looking at our most recent model run, this is the NAM for this morning and looped for a 24-hour period. We can see that front as it approaches off from the west, bringing in those thunderstorms, and even beforehand a little bit of the chance of some pop-up showers or maybe a thunderstorm, although they look to be short-lived. And those storms progress through in the overnight hours, although there is a renewed chance in the early morning come Wednesday. Taking a look at the 24-hour risk chart for today, we do have some color with reds on the board indicating the high likelihood of our heat indices cresting 100 and making their way towards the 105-degree mark. And we also have some yellows for winds and a yellow on the board for a midday shower or thunderstorm before we get into the early hours of Wednesday, in which we have reds on the board for thunderstorms that are likely. And for our temperatures, they look to crest at in the low 90s, and winds look to get to just about or just below advisory criteria today. As for the short-term weather risk chart here, Wednesday we can expect mostly cloudy conditions with storms likely and a high of 81. Winds during times of that convective activity passing through might get to the advisory criteria, but overall they look to remain below such. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of thunderstorms, a low of 75. And Thursday, mostly sunny with some clouds mixing in and a very slight chance of a pop-up thunderstorm, high of 87. And our wet bulb global temperature peaks at 88 degrees, so another hot day in store for us. But overall, that concludes our daily weather operations brief, and I'll return at 10 a.m. with the 7-day outlook.